What are the essential duties regarding a whistleblowing system? That's what this video is about. First point, compliance with reporting channels. This means the reporting channels you define must always be confidential. So at the end of this reporting channel, where I as an employee can use this whistleblowing system, there must always be an independent person who treats my concern confidentially. This means if I choose an internal person, they should probably report to management directly as a staff position, a compliance or whistleblowing manager, an officer, or I have an external department for it. But then I also have to ensure that this external department has the means and the necessary expertise to act internally within the company and investigate these reported whistleblowing cases. Second point, confidentiality. This means the reports submitted must always be treated confidentially to the extent that the name of the employee who submitted the report or an external person, any other person, must never be disclosed. That means it must stay only with this reporting office, nowhere else. If I violate this confidentiality as a company, meaning if the reporter's identity becomes known, then I risk not only penalties from the whistleblowing system, that is from legislation, but also claims for damages from the whistleblower. Third point is the legal deadlines. The reporter should receive an acknowledgement of receipt after 7 days, at the latest, stating that their concern has been received and is being processed. After 3 months, at the latest, they should receive an update on the status of the processing. If I have a result before then, I can of course communicate it earlier, but the legal deadline is 3 months at the latest. Fourth, the whistleblower must be protected from retaliation. In this regard, the reversal of the burden of proof must also be particularly observed. This means a whistleblower must not be negatively disadvantaged for any reason within a company. This means that if they are, then the burden of proof is initially placed on the company itself to clearly show and demonstrate that this is not because they gave this tip and denounced or reported behavior within the company. This means they must not experience negative consequences. And if they do, they are initially in the right that this is not lawful. The company is obliged to prove that if they experience a disadvantage, it is not based on the whistleblower, on the tip, and as the fifth and final point, observe the documentation obligation with regard to the GDPR. This means if I process personal data, and that includes a report in the whistleblowing system, then this data is also subject to the GDPR. That means I also have to delete them accordingly when I no longer need them. This is usually the case after a procedure is completed. So once the report has been processed, and that's when the data is no longer needed and must be deleted. More on whistleblowing can be found on our blog. And you'll find similar videos on compliance and information security here on this YouTube channel. So feel free to subscribe.